Growing up queer in a small rural town, I often felt quite isolated, left alone to tackle figuring out my identity and the shame that came with that. Moving to Melbourne was so affirming for me of who I am, and it made me wonder, am I alone in this feeling, or is it like that for every young queer? I reached out to 3 of my friends from Warrnambool, a small coastal town along the Great Ocean Road, to hear their stories.
So I think the age that I discovered that I was queer was probably around like 12 or 13, really young age, like before coming into puberty. Yeah, there definitely is 100% of pressure for queer youth, young queer youth, to come out at such an early age compared to the cis hetero counterparts. I always struggled with it because it is such a big life decision and you never know how people are going to react to it, especially in a rural scenario. Like there's always that kind of danger. I don't think personally there really was a safe space for me to kind of discover myself in Warrnambool rather than just within myself. It definitely did feel really closed off and isolated. My favourite way to express myself, honestly, at the moment has been through makeup. I've been finding it really, really peaceful, almost like meditation, and particularly drag, which is something I'm just getting my feet wet with. It's something to channel creativity and an artistic vision. We went into Hoof. I've always kind of felt confronted by the idea of being in like that kind of space, but it was fun to just go there and like let my head down because I realized that no one there was gonna judge me for it. When I guess that was really what I was the most afraid of, if I was to do that in Warrnambool, for example. It's very much like red pill, blue pill. Like you can choose to like leave and see what life is really like, or you can like kind of stay in your sheltered little bubble.
I remember I already knew like pretty definitely that I was like exclusively into girls in like primary school, like year 6. I remember I had like this model as my background and I was telling everyone I was going to marry her. I feel like coming out was one of those things I did in a lot of stages, like just testing the water. I came out to my friends pretty young and that was really good, and I slowly came out to my siblings, and then I unfortunately got outed to my parents. So that's something I'm still dealing with like to this day. It was in year 12 and they had kept it hidden from me for a couple weeks that they knew, because it came out in a really bad light. Kind of was like, oh, your daughter's gay, the kind of thing. So, well, my parents, yeah, they're pretty open-minded, and they let me have a ciggy in the lounge room. And I was having a ciggy with my parents in the lounge room, and I was like, yeah, so you get a lesbian. I do think we need more like youth recreational spaces, like somewhere just to go and do like activities other than like the usual places, having to smoke down on the corner and stuff like that. I know in a small town like that, everyone knows everyone. So like at Brophy or at Headspace, I'd have these like queer meetings where queer kids could go and hang out with like, but then you'd think, oh, does someone that works there know my parents, or does someone there gonna say something? There's that fear of like seeking it out and being outed in a really small community where everybody talks. I love putting on a suit. As stereotypical as it is, I love putting on a suit and a tie. My dad has a really great tie collection, and I just look at the ties and I just think they're so fabulous. I want to wear them all. The mystery of the suit. I've heard a lot of people like asking me like, well, is it every queer person's responsibility to be like a leader? I don't know, but I do like the fact like that it's mine.
I first started to realise that I was queer, started exploring and discovering when I was about 10 years old. At that age, what I felt about my queerness was definitely that at the time it was wrong. Growing up in a country town, it's very different for them to have a queer open person. They would make sly comments, remarks, call me a fag, anything along those lines. People were calling me these types of homophobic words before I'd even known that I was this, and saying that I'm this when I didn't even fully understand where I was in my life and who I was as a queer person. First discovered makeup when I was about 6 or 7. I discovered, I think it was eyeshadow, the first thing I discovered, and I was obsessed instantly. I would put it all over my face using just my fingers, and I would just love the creativity and the expression and just what it gave me. When I finally came out as queer, I found out that I could start expressing myself more with makeup, and that it was normal and I could just do that, and one thing went to another, and now I can't stop putting it on. Yes, I've definitely found freedom living in Melbourne. There's just people everywhere you walk, there's queer people, and that was never ever a thing that I thought I would ever see. I am proud to be me, and proud to love who I love, proud to be with who I am, proud to be myself. So it's definitely given me the freedom just to know that being myself is fun and it's good, and I should be myself.